Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's BazzbeTV. Today we're going to be doing Chris Chan: A Comprehensive History Part 37. God damn it. So we're going to go ahead and get into this. If you're new here, you should definitely subscribe. Helps me out quite a bit. And for whatever reason, if you stumbled across my channel before his, you need to check out Gino Samuel and actually subscribe to him, because he's the one that pumps out this amazing documentary that's ever going. So without ado, let's get into Chris Chan.
What made him this way? What is the attraction? What keeps us fascinated? This is the story of Chris Chan.
I honestly think that it's because of these videos is why the year's going by so quick for me. Because like they're in little segments of 2 a month. So every time a new one comes out, I'm like, God damn. It's crazy, man.
On January 5th, 2012, Barbara and Christian Chandler appeared in court to face a hearing for their criminal and civil trials to account for their actions against the new owner of the game place, Michael Snyder, on October 28th, 2011. Their case was granted a continuance by the judge until April 16th. On January 11th, Chris made his Facebook account public and made a post about communicating with his real-life friends. At the time, he was connected with 5 people, which included his longtime real-life gal pal, Anna McLaren, and the troll, Kim Wilson. After this, he began using Facebook very frequently, writing out his thoughts and sharing them with his supposed friends and onlookers. On the 19th, he made several posts expressing his loneliness and his regretful naivety during high school, which prevented him from acquiring a girlfriend. He feared that his lack of a partner would cause a premature death. After posting on Facebook on a near-daily basis, talking about his lack of friends and his autism tutorial on Little Big Planet 2, on January 26th, he made a string of posts about Michael Snyder. I just am really pissed off with that Snyder advertising the place, not of Seaville, as misrepresented in the place's renaming, during this court crap Mom and I are having versus that b****. And in 2 pages of this year's NBC 29 Check Us Out mailing,
yeah, he ran over him,
it is
right?
so offensive to me. He may as well be going out against his own restraining order by standing on my own doorstep with a video player, showing his cheap TV ad, waving a blow-up copy of his 10% off coupon like the US flag, and chucking a mud pie in my face. The place is nothing but a meeting place and breeding ground for the perverted trolls and cyberbullies that have been torturing me the past greater than 4 freaking years. I want to see that place burned to the ground. Anna then interjected, commenting that it may look bad for him if someone found his words and brought them up in court. On January 30th, he updated his profile photo, asking if he still looked attractive. Kim told him that he looked like her supposedly favorite actor, Jeff Daniels, and shared a still of him from the 1994 comedy Dumb and Dumber. Chris replied, stating that he had an ugly mug, and that the photo did not make him feel better about himself. Kim then offered him some advice. Chris, please don't be so negative. When you're negative like that, especially to people you don't even know, it radiates to those around you. It makes you seem unfriendly and unapproachable, whether you intend for it or not. If you're happy, friendly, and have an open mind, people can tell. It's like a type of sixth sense, and are more likely to approach you.
You can't have any of those traits today.
The next day, he told his Facebook friends to download his photo onto their phones, or preferably print it out and show it to women, asking if he looked cute or not. And if they ask, tell them I am single, and if they ask how am I still single, do not hesitate to inform them. He is very shy and high-functioning autistic. Tell them not to Google my name, or just leave my name out of the conversation. Kim seemed to be the only person to allegedly do this by showing his photo to her girlfriends, and informed him that they recognized him from the mall, and suggested that he would have more luck if he approached women instead, though Chris thought himself too shy to ever attempt that. 3 days later, obese YouTuber Fat Man made a response video to the August 2011 video in which Chris accuses him of being Alec Benson Leary.
Fat Man here again, and I just want to say that Christian Weston Chandler,
wait, is he naked?
CWP,
oh, is this sister because he's got tits? Come on.
He's a dumbass, folks. And he's a dumbass because he thinks I stole some Sonic Shoes, shitty characters, or he thinks I'm Alec Benson Leary, but I ain't no Alec Benson Leary. My name's Christopher Paul Whitney, folks. I live in Brooklyn, not San Antonio, Texas. This guy is such a fucking dumbass, folks, okay? So including Kristen Weston Chandler is a dumbass. And he should stop being a fucking idiot. Until next time, Aussie. Bye now.
Got him.
On February 4th, Chris read his horoscope, which stated that he should keep his business only to himself and his associates, or run the risk of being encouraged ad nauseum. He interpreted it as needing to return to the fashion square to resume his sweetheart search quietly. When he went to the mall, he brought with him up to 50 copies of a 10% coupon from the game place, which he had altered to say that it was a breeding ground for trolls and cyberbullies to discourage customers from coming there. He would place the warning cards at various places as he went. He then wrote up an account of an encounter.
Like, personally with me, if somebody give me a coupon saying, like, don't go here, they have trolls and cyberbullies, I would probably go, because I love that shit. Like, call me mean, call me cruel, whatever. I think internet trolling is probably the part of the best reason why social media is, you know, a success. Like, people always try to spew, like, positivity and shit, but at the end of the day, you're more likely to have more fun laughing at some witty comments and banter between two people. Like, even, and on top of that, what's even funnier is, like, especially on Twitter, the people that normally do this, they never use a profile picture for themselves. It's always like some anime character or whatever, or Sonic the Hedgehog, and I think it's just the funniest shit. So I would definitely go. Give me a
security personnel. I took my normal once around the mall before settling down to hang, but I impulsively decided to leave a few photos as I walked. Eventually, I settled for my hand at a table of the S-Box kiosk. I called my mother to check in. While ringing, a jerk-op wandered into my space. I saw one to a handful of my warning photos in his right hand. I felt shocked with surprise. Mom answered. I played it cool with her, while I started to get up and walk away. We finished the chat. She hung up. I hung up as I walked. Then I looked back. The jerk-op following me said something. I started running into the JCP. I hid in the back for a moment to catch myself. I thought it best to leave and return another day. Set to exit via the one with the salon, he and an accomplice intercepted me. You're not in any trouble, the jerk-op said. The hell I was not, or why would the son of a bitch be chasing after me? I exited via the south exit instead. I veered my way around the eastward to the Mitsu I was driving, far east from the East Belk entrance. I started along the outer edge of the parking lot. I was spotted by the accomplice, but I was too fast for him, and I was tactful hiding and weaving around the parked cars to get to mine. I see the AK catching up as I was close to my car. Those dumbasses probably thought to search for my escort, not a Mitsubishi. The jerk-op called out to me by name once during the mess. I was not going to associate with anyone without my familiarity of him/her. Cheap internet fame is just not worth a shit! I got into my car and escaped swiftly, leaving behind a confused accomplice. Now I rest at an McD with an Arnold Palmer tea and apple slices, rehydrating myself and resting while typing my story up. My mother does not need to know of what happened. 4 days later, Jacqueline Romy created a new Facebook account to Chris's delight. He then posted a photo of himself and Jackie lying in bed, represented by Lego pieces, happy that they would rekindle their relationship and re-establish contact. After having some conversations about what women like, he began working on a new dating education comic and shared with her a preview photo of a new page, though it was difficult to decipher due to the low quality of his computer's camera. In early February, Christian participated in an event in Toys R Us, in which he built a lemonade stand out of Legos in support of the childhood cancer charity Alex Lemonade Stand. He also learned that he could register to host his own personal lemonade stand and contribute his earnings to the charity. He decided that he would run his lemonade stand in June and quickly set up a page on the charity's website under the name Quickfill Helps. He wrote that he would do it in honor of his father, who he claimed died of cancer. Chris set his goal to $50, which was quickly raised through online donations from trolls. On February 13th, he was caught showing the middle finger to a law enforcement officer by his mother, which upset her, and in turn, upset him as well. On February 18th, Chris asked anyone on Facebook for the current whereabouts of his former friend, Megan Schroeder, because he believed that she was the seed of the smear campaign against him on the internet.
Okay, so real quick, sorry to cut off again. Speaking about Megan Schroeder, I actually want to make a little statement about that. If you're new here and you don't know, I actually interviewed her last year. Yeah, it was last year. and apparently I was like the first person to talk to her about all of this, like in an interview or whatever. I've actually come to find out there's been like 6 different videos of people doing that since then, and honestly, I don't think there's anything else to really ask her, so it's kind of like harassment at this point. In my opinion, you know, it's just people asking her the same shit I already asked her, and they just want their 5 minutes of fame. I didn't do it for fame whenever I did it. I just kind of did it because I was genuinely curious about it, and Gino didn't go over the whole thing about it. And I kind of feel like people should probably leave her alone now. I don't know. Just like I said, like I asked her everything that pretty much needed to be asked. There's really nothing else. Just my input.
He wanted to bring her in before his attorney, politician Rob Bell, for questioning. He then posted a photo of her and her brother John. The thing with Megan is a major lot to elaborate. In short though, I had little knowledge and understanding of details when I thought she was a victim. The trolling started before November 2007. Conversations between her and Mr. Snyder were overheard by my mother. I was, from her perspective, weird, different, my good intentions greatly misunderstood, stalker-like, etc. Put it all together. She is the seed of all of that evil. Both my parents knew. I was ignorant for the long time up till now. Sure. 2 days later, he shared her last known home address on Facebook. On February 24th, the day of Chris's 30th birthday, the YouTube channel, The Quickville Library, leaked over 10 previously unseen videos from Chris, which had been originally made for Jackie. These included his date videos with his sex doll, a censored version of Cake Farts, and his dance video filmed in a Walmart dressing room. Also included was a more recent video that he filmed at McDonald's, focusing on his mother, Barbara.
You got your digital camera? Yeah. Just a little something there. What are you going to take pictures of? Just you. Oh. Because I love you. Oh. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So, are we having fun today? Are we having fun right now?
Golly, man, like...
Okay.
I can't believe she's
you know
still
you're
alive.
Very pretty. You're always pretty.
You know we will get on the street and we will have fun.
What? Yeah. The shirt I picked out from Goodwill the other day. Yeah. I am free as a bird, and this bird you cannot change.
God, he's about to be 30.
Enjoy your food.
Yes.
On February 27th, he expressed his hatred for a recent YouTube video from Sega, in which the video presenters showing the prizes up for grabs in Sega's Free Stuff Friday competition passively mentioned Sonichu.
This is on its own?
Sonichu?
No. Our licensing group gives us stuff to give away, so this is actually...
Whoa. That's kind of funny, so they're aware of him. Get the fuck
available
out.
for purchase somewhere, and we'll track that down.
That's supersonic.
Throughout March, Chris continued to express his loneliness in the form of updates on Facebook. He also revealed that he and his mother wished that Bob were still alive, but they felt his presence in the house, and Chris sometimes spoke with him in his dreams. On March 24th, Chris and Barbara traveled to Washington, D.C. to attend a live show version of the popular Discovery Channel series, Mythbusters. He took several photos with his handheld console, the PlayStation Vita, which he had recently gotten for his birthday.
God damn it.
He had a myth-related question prepared about camel milk's effectiveness in curing autism for the show's question and answer session, but was ultimately not selected to contribute a query.
Camel milk.
3 days later, he made a post about his carnal desires. I need some sex. I'm no different from everyone else on that topic. I get horny. I think about it often. I'm dreaming of inserting my rod A into female slot V, followed by some lost genetics.
Oh my
Being an
God.
adult virgin sucks! Abstinence is a joke. I'm lonely. I'm tired of being ignored and overlooked in public by women. I need some sex.
Electric jelly beans.
4 days later,
Got
he
you a man,
elaborated
girl.
about
Come
his
on.
concerns concerning his impending court date. My court date is coming up, and there is a risk of me either having the charges from Snyder dropped, or me landing in jail, and if my destiny is jail, I will starve myself. I do not want to die a virgin either. I need help immediately. Please send her my way in person. Time for polite conversation and getting to know optional. Anna replied with a joke about him losing his virginity in prison. Chris didn't seem to notice.
Got
These
him.
recent desperate proclamations of wanting to lose his virginity encouraged an unknown person whom he trusted
Did he bleach
to
his
arrange
hair?
to have Chris's virginity taken by a prostitute. They offered him with some phone numbers of a few viable candidates they had found on the website Backpage.com. Evidently, it seemed like he got his wish fulfilled, as on April 4th, Christian simply wrote on Facebook, "I am not a virgin anymore," and declined to elaborate further.
Oh,
On that
shit.
same day, he wrote a detailed account
Oh,
of his
shit.
experience
Oh, shit. Our little manlet. He's a man now.
to the person who gave him the list of prostitutes to choose from. I arrive at the predetermined destination of the intersection of 29 and 250. Therein lies over 4 hotels, including the nearby English Inn. I stay assumed with the Days Inn. I try again with Riley, and I shot for Christy. Riley did not answer at all. Kristen stated, "I'm very busy now." So, in my cell contacts, out of the ones you have provided for me from the back page, I call up the one I had assumed as a long shot because of the enclosed image of a company logo on her page. The one called
Mia
Mia
Hamm?
Hamm. Hamm is not her real last name, and IMHO, it does not do her justice. She deserves a better name than that. She answers. I introduced myself, told her I found her on the back page. She sounded mature in her voice, down to earth. I arrive at her door and knocked 3 times. It's about 4:30 p.m. She opens and invites me in. Unexpectedly, but not surprising, I was also greeted with the smell of aged smoke. She had done the weed. I complained a little, and I sniffed up a small handful of hand sanitizer. It quelled it down for
God,
me.
you're such a bitch.
Mia was very nice, likable, and down to earth. And she was 24. I forgot to mention, she greeted me in a black lace negligee. She had an average figure. Her breasts were a C. She had a lip ring bauble, tongue ring bauble, and ring baubles in each of her fine nipples. We casually stripped for each other. We communicated good throughout. She was fixed, but she insisted I be protected
Ow.
as well. She offers me a green, apple-flavored condom. I lie on the bed naked. She was naked.
Wait, don't women have to wait till they're like 25 to get fixed? I'm pretty sure it's something like that, or you have to be married and have your like husband's approval or some shit. Oh my god, it's something like that. I don't know, maybe she lied about her age.
She had the condom in the edge of her lips. She mouths it onto my most erect penis, and she gives me a very good
probably
BJ.
went.
Her tongue bubble was a very delightful and stimulating bonus onto my hard one. As she blows me, I place my hands on her shoulders. After she was done, she laid beside me. Her pussy was wet. We handled each other. Her vaginal opening felt really good, and I found her clit, yet she was very clear about me keeping my fingers outside. I respected her request. Then we roll into each other. We make out, no tongues, with peckings and open mouth. We touched each other. Her skin was very smooth. My 5 o'clock made my chin a bit rough.
Oh my god.
Her long, black hair was silky, smooth, and shiny. Her blue eyes smiled at me, and so did she. I gave her a sample of my strong-handed massage that my mother enjoyed in the past. Mia really liked that. Then, I felt and informed her that I was ready to go in. I requested cowgirl with
'Cause you
possible
fucking
missionary
lazy.
later, but that did not happen. Her pelvic thrusts were amazing. Her pussy was tight, even after pushing 2 daughters out of
This is
there years
raunchy.
ago, and I supported her thrusts with my hands on her knees, weaving back and forth.
she
I
had
also gave her
kids.
breasts a good thrusting. I felt her front pelvic bone, which really made the top of the game. She came and I came, but on my coming,
She
it was
lied.
only half felt, and the semen that was mostly outside, but a smidge on the outside of the condom confirmed it. Then I washed my dick with a washcloth I brought with me,
Oh
and
my
dried it off with a
fucking
towel
God.
I also brought. I was really satisfied. Then we conversed the rest of the $150 hour. It was very pleasant. She is a mother of 2. They're staying with her mama. Papa Bear dished Mia. It is very sad. She goes from town to town, and she is getting education for a better future along the way. Her individual escort service is a quick spot of cash for her. God bless her and her family. I also told her a bit of myself here and there, including the troll/cyberbullies.
God.
Mia is also half Cherokee, so that was an unexpected good bonus. I told her a few funny bits, informed her of what I knew of the weed from Family Guy and that one episode of South Park, Medicinal Fried Chicken. We had a few good
God.
laughs. Then her clock chimes, alerting her that her next appointment was arriving, so we hugged another time, and I got out of her hair. I promised I would call her later. I did, about 6:30. She had already finished with the next fellow. He was a disappointment to her. His was smaller than mine,
Oh
a
my
wiener in a
fucking
hallway
God.
situation. She really enjoyed my dick, and my personality. I pray the best blessings for her and her daughters. Plus, I may well likely see her again another month when she's in town, and if I'm not in jail. The whole thing felt natural to me the further it went. I was also surprised that I did not have premature ejaculation. It was awesome, pleasant, and so good. Worth it. Only you, until my girlfriend comes around, knows the story. But as for everyone else, all they will ever get to read from me is, I am not a virgin anymore. 4 days later, he shared some more details about his experience in a private post on Facebook. He mentioned her Cherokee heritage and that she enjoyed his penis. Chris added that he had given her a gift basket as a token of his gratitude.
Oh my fucking god.
He explained in a later email to an online gal pal that the gift basket contained 3 apples, a lavender air freshener, breath mints, a 4GB flash drive containing the setlist originally played during Bob's guest appearance on WTJU radio in 1990, and a Hello Kitty pest dispenser. He revealed that he had told his mother that he and Mia met at Walmart, had a pleasant conversation, and then exchanged phone numbers. On April 9th, Chris and his mother went to visit some of Barbara's relatives in Red Oak, Virginia. She planted fresh flowers at her father's and her sister Karina's graves, and enjoyed some time away from their stressful situation back in Ruckersville. The church next to the gravesite displayed a mannequin of Jesus Christ, of which Chris took a picture. 4 days later, he posted some pictures of his weight loss journey, claiming that he weighed 223 pounds and continued to lose weight.
Hold the fuck on. No, he's lying out of his ass. I am 220 pounds, and I don't look it. There is no fucking way he looks like a goddamn water balloon and he looks like this. For 223 pounds. Fuck off. No, that actually triggers me.
Next day, he met up with Mia Hamm again and recounted his encounter via email to a gal pal, portrayed by the troll who played the part of Kim Wilson. I have also hung out with Mia again today, treated her to a pleasant and good lunch and another good amount of conversation. We got to know each other a little better. Then, after returning her to her hotel room, I gave her another little donation towards her funding and gave her the missionary. I am naturally really good, a lot better than had thought before. If I may state, you really missed out on having this bad boy that has felt tightness within a pussy that gave birth to 2 girls beforehand. I'd say that Holly would be loosing all of the doors off their hinges with my penetration, relatively speaking, referencing the Robot Chicken sketch with the woman tossing a wiener down a hallway in front of her boyfriend. Look it up on YouTube. On April 16th, Chris and Barbara appeared in court before a grand jury.
She looked like she got her ass
They were
beat.
indicted on their felony charges, and their arraignment was scheduled for July 10th. Afterwards, he posted a tweet on the social media site Twitter, wherein he complained about his lengthy court appearance and wished that Michael Snyder died from stress because he needed to sleep. At around this time, Christian began visiting the Quickie forums, an offshoot of the Quickie which focused on user discussions about him and the things he did. He registered under an assumed name, and in the comments he made, he tried to portray himself as a remorseful troll and would defend Chris's actions. His unique writing style made it obvious to other forum members that it was actually Chris in disguise. His posts on the forum are thought to be lost. On April 25th, he revealed his supposed plans to go to Charlottesville's Fashion Square on the 28th to resume his sweetheart search in earnest over Facebook, hinting that he expected trolls to show up as well. On that day, he posted on Facebook again, victoriously announcing that he outsmarted the trolls because he had no intention of going to the mall, for he had been banned from entering the Fashion Square. I had no intention, purpose, or ability to go to Fashion Square at all on today, the 28th. Do you want to know why? Oh, you are all so impressionable. On the 31st of March, I was really having a bad day, what with the upcoming court date on the 4th of April and all. I was feeling very irritable then. I was walking the mall peacefully, but with the stress in my head. I answered a few calls from a troll or two, just to give you all a piece of my anger. Yes, yes, laugh and scoff all you want. My answers were cursory and loud, overheard. Yes, I was chased by jerk-ops, but I did not receive the yellow slip until the 25th of April that said, banned. So, I later decided to pull a prank on you all. The elaborate Facebook note, letting you all shoot yourselves in the foot more by prank calling the mall and their latest manager, Mr. Wiener. His name was on the slip, next to manager. I too scoffed at his small sausage name. All I had to do was stay at home with doors locked and let you all argue and fight it out. I read your posts and laughed at everything you thought was true or what was false, theories and mistaken facts. You all think you know me, but you really do not. and you all just do not and never will understand me at all. And as long as your purpose of knowing me consists of that gossip columnist or worse, trolling, bullying, cyberbullying, abuse, or anything of malcontent, I do not want you to know me ever. In the end, you all have played right into my hands, like me overlooking the battlefield and picking up / placing you all one by one into the bombing range center. I am a lot more intelligent, wise, and knowledgeable than your puny minds can theorize. I am not stupid, nor am I a moron. And you know what? You all have made me this way. Crazy and paranoid, with loss of peace of mind. I'm watching each and every one of you fallible trolls, and rest assured, I know where each of you live, and I'm coming after each of you all. Yes, it was me, and those posts were real. A day later, he posted a screenshot of another member's post on the Quickie forums and revealed that the inspiration behind his trolling persona Jenkins Jinky's elaborate childhood backstory was inspired by a quote from the adult cartoon series Family Guy. On May 1st, he further explained how he fooled the trolls by getting banned from the mall and revealed that he had sex with someone he found on the back page. He closed his post by stating that he had made over 200 screen captures of the Quickie forums, intending to possibly use them as evidence in court.
There it is.
On May 9th, feeling lonely, Chris encouraged his Facebook friends to help him find a girlfriend by asking them to talk about him to women in Charlottesville. Kim Wilson left a reply, politely refusing to introduce Chris to random women, and would continue to supposedly talk about him with her own girlfriends. 3 days later, he posted the photo from 2007, which Daniel Mims and Lucas from The Game Place posted on the internet, and practically began the entire trolling campaign against him. Chris angrily declared that Mims ruined his life, and wanted his life to be ruined in return, by asking that someone kill his girlfriend. After Kim asked him what Mims' girlfriend had done to him, he reinforced his stance that Mims did not deserve to have any love in his life, because Chris had none in his. He wished the same unto Megan Schroeder, but felt like she was
oh no, you're happy and I'm not, so your wife needs to die. Like, that's such a fucking beta male. Oh my god, I can't, this goes too much.
Further outside his sphere of influence. After Anna contributed to the conversation, stating that it was a bad idea to publicly post death threats while he was involved in an ongoing trial, Christian wrote that his previous comments were solely meant for trolls who might read them, so they would in turn treat Daniel Mims poorly.
So is Anna like a
However,
real friend?
According to a tweet from the following day, he still wished for Mims' girlfriend to be killed. He soon conceded that she didn't have to die, and simply wanted for Mims to become emotionally distraught. Later that day, Christian revealed on Facebook that under Barbara's wishes, they both had driven to Fredericksburg, Virginia, to pick up 2 beagle pups from a puppy farm. They were named Clover and Snoopy, and Chris shared their photos online. During the second half of May, knowing full well that Chris lurked in the Quickie forums, trolls on the site decided to devise a plan of printing out and placing defamatory posters of Christian throughout Charlottesville on June 2nd, in order to get him banned from every possible establishment and ensure that he is found guilty on all of his criminal charges. From May 26th, some trolls allegedly began warming up for their plan by posting photoshopped images of posters put up in some select locations across Charlottesville and custom signs branding him a sexual deviant. Chris found these pictures and reposted them on Facebook and asked his friends to confirm if they were real or fake. Anna commented that they were all fake and told him not to get tricked by them so easily. She also ousted Jackie and Kim as trolls. Chris did not react to this comment. A couple of days later, he asked that someone infiltrate the game place and see if they had any of the posters on display, because he suspected that Michael Snyder may have had a part in the poster scheme. In addition, based on information he read on the forums, he requested that one of his friends go to the bar Club 216 in Charlottesville, since that was an alleged meeting place for the trolls. On June 2nd, the so-called Tea Day, Christian woke up at around 6 a.m. and began observing his immediate surroundings from his home and kept a close eye on local news, all while making numerous Twitter and Facebook posts about his concerns over the poster and flyer campaign. He asked his friends and anyone else who was reading his comments to go out and try to catch trolls in the act. According to the phony information he had read on the Quickie forums, some of them would be dressed up as clowns, Ku Klux Klan members, or picklemen. He also feared that some of them may have come armed. At one point, He believed that the trolls had hired a skywriter to write a defamatory statement about him. Chris angrily scolded his friends for not responding to his pleas for help. Kim soon left a reply, informing him that she had just gotten home from work and was not able to respond to him earlier, and that she also drew a blank and couldn't think of a thing to say. Anna left a more detailed reply. Here is my reason for not saying anything. I know that it's all fake, and that you've fallen for it once again. Nobody's out there posting signs or protesting or anything, but if I say that, you won't believe me. And you have 11 friends on Facebook, many of whom do not even live in the Charlottesville area, and so could not check on—
He's got 11 friends, but he gets 12 shares. It's just not even private, like, he's not learning anything.
things for you, and the rest may not have been on Facebook yet today, and those that have might not be subscribed to you, so they may not have seen your posts. Chris retorted, I'm probably an idiot for asking at a time like this. How do you know? Do you have some intel of your own? Did you know a detail I did not? Please explain, Anna. Anna wrote back, You're not an idiot. I know because people are still messaging me on Facebook telling me so. People who are still your fans, and because it's extremely obvious to me that the pictures of the posters hung up in places are fake. I've gotten very good at spotting the difference between real and fake over the years. And by using logic, it's easy to see that nobody's going to spend money on a plane ticket, /gas, /hotel room, /taking off work, just to come torment you for a day.
That's true.
2 days later, Christian published a Facebook note announcing that he had apparently informed the authorities about the flyer and poster ploy against him. He then lashed out at the trolls for lying about the poster campaign ever taking place, and revealed that he was reading the quickie forums using the account Trombonista. On that same day, Chris wrote an email to his online gal pal, sharing his doubts about his future. I am so tired from stress, it is harder for me to maintain focus in thought. I feel like I just want to go ahead and die naturally, unless the stress kills me first, and I'm not going to commit suicide of any sort. At least I don't have to worry about dying a virgin. I feel like my dream of starting up a family with my future sweetheart and having our crystal daughter is not going to be realized, or come true.
Well, that's sad.
We do get out. It was just for June 2nd that I had to stay at home to remove me from any suspicion by the damn jerk-cops. We have no respect for the local police. I slept most of the day away after staying awake for a long while worrying. I crashed at about 8 a.m. My only great purpose now is for my mother, our 2 cats, and our 2 puppies. No girlfriend/sweetheart, as freaking promised from multiple dreams for Christian Weston Chandler. Only hatred, fear, discrimination, and a whole wide world of extreme, unjustifiable shit lies in the wake of my once good name. Nobody really, truly understands me. I am sad, confused, lost. I do not understand. Stay safe with peace.
Well, he has an
Christian
iPod,
W.
so-
Chandler. Sent from my iPod. On June 8th, Chris expressed his loneliness after witnessing a young man nibbling at his girlfriend's ear. He said that he felt like a supervillain because he wanted to make the boyfriend as well as all males between the ages of 21 and 50 disappear by sending them to a different dimension. 2 days later, he set
Why
up
up
his
to
lemonade
50?
stand to support the Alex Lemonade Stand Foundation. His original plans were to host it outside his home and have it on for 3 days, but
Aw.
instead, he decided to move it to his church and run it for only one afternoon. After it was finished, he wrote that he raised $50 for the cause.
Well, that's good.
On June 14th, he complained about a McDonald's employee who got angry with him for swearing and posted her photo on Facebook. On the 27th, Chris had an explosive outburst on Facebook, ordering all of his trolls and cyberbullies to quit hating him, discriminating against him, wanting him dead, photographing and photoshopping him, among other demands. Anna suggested that he could solve the problem by withdrawing himself from the internet and changing his phone number. He claimed that he couldn't change his number because
Wait, I just thought of something. This is from... Oh, okay, I see. I saw the little the emoticons or whatever for Facebook, and I was like, I think they just added those like 2 years ago, didn't they? But then I saw the 7 years ago. So
it
this
was
is
linked
still
to
up.
too
This
many
is still an
things
active
and
account.
contacts. Plus, it was on his business cards, which also listed a QR code connected to his Nintendo 3DS. On that same day, he complained about a woman at McDonald's who allegedly discriminated against him. He took a picture of her and shared it on Facebook, asking his friends and followers to throw a newspaper in her face.
Oh my god.
On June 28th, Chris expressed his diminishing will to live from having a dead soul. He wrote that he had taken his Transformers Megatron pistol and shot himself in the head to symbolize how internally dead he felt.
Boy, we getting dark now.
The next day, he wrote a lengthy post about his loneliness and hatred for the trolls, and also passively mentioned that he had recently been banned from 2 McDonald's establishments. I have been encountering people who started hating me in reference to the recent bans from those 2 McDonald's. That now makes 5 places I have been and am banned from around here, counting Fashion Square. Damn that man a jerk. Piedmont, Virginia Community College. Damn Mary Lee Walsh. And the place. Children fucking damned Michael Snyder. I seriously have been publicly invisible for years. The damn trolling stupids have manipulated me, smeared my once good name through the worst mud, muck, and bodily fluids, mentally and emotionally raped me continuously, made the worst imaginable reputation of me on the internet, and relate that onto offline life in gossip, rumors, and presidentially grand, fucked up campaigns.
Quit acting
My
like a
mind
fool.
is comparably as worse off as a terribly bad drug addict, constantly blank, irritable, untalkative, ignorant to most social cues, lost in life, yada yada yada. Except I do not do any of those drugs or smoke, and I just do not understand most people and a lot of shit in life. It was possibly around this time that Chris wrote a brief Facebook post praying that someone plant a bomb in the game place and have it destroyed, along with Michael Snyder. He quickly deleted these comments. On the final day of June, he asked for his Facebook friends to help him with a power outage caused by a tree that had fallen on the power lines. On July 1st, the tree was removed and power was restored to Chris's house and his neighborhood. On July 10th, Quickie forum users Cyan and Indigo attended Christian and Barbara's arraignment at Charlottesville's Circuit Court and later gave their own accounts of what had happened on the forums. Barbara was the first to go when the judge began asking the usual questions, such as, "Do you fully understand the charges you face?" Barbara asked if she could have Belle answer for her. The judge wasn't very patient with her, and Barbara seemingly attempted to protest. Barbara simply answered yes to all of his standard questions, pleaded guilty, and sat back down.
Well,
Barbara looked as though she had lost significant weight, and another older woman was with them. It's been confirmed that she's Rocky. Meanwhile, Chris was busy completely disassociating himself from the situation. He fiddled around with his sunglasses, making a few noises when they collided with the table every now and then, played with his ring, and didn't seem like he was paying much attention to dialogue he probably ought to be listening to. The prosecution got to have a speech before it was Christian's turn to take the stand. I can't remember everything they said, but the important parts were that Snyder didn't want Chris and Barb to be stuck with a felony charge, and that he hoped that the plea bargain would be accepted by the judge. Bell took a turn to speak. He surprisingly introduced Chris as high-functionally autistic, which is an outdated term and not part of the autism spectrum.
oh.
At one point, he called Chris an adult autistic child. This drew a notable reaction out of Chris. He went so far as to change his facial expression from severe pouting to as close to outrage as he dared show. He nearly interrupted his lawyer, but must have thought better of it and quieted whatever he was going to say into an intelligible mumble. He also made note that if the plea bargain was accepted, Chris would be assimilated into the world, taught how to contribute to society, and would get psychiatric evaluations and treatment. Chris mumbled something and seemed really distressed by all of this.
It's probably
When
gonna
Chris
be
was
for the
brought
best
to the
for you,
stand,
dude.
he stress-sighed first thing. He then repeated his mother's earlier question in hopes to get Belle to speak for him. The judge shot him down the same way he did his mother, and proceeded to ask the questions. This is where the things got amusing. Do you understand that you're to be charged the court fees should you accept the plea bargain? Yes, my mother will be taking care of that. Do you understand that you're to pay Michael John Snyder for his medical expenses? Yes, but I don't think that thieving liar deserves a red cent. Oh yes, folks, I kid you not. Our beloved mayor of Quickville committed public slander in a court of law. I expected a harsh reprimand for such egregiously bad behavior, or perhaps even for his plea bargain to be denied. But alas, the judge pretty much let it go and continued on. Welp, another free pass for Chris, brought to you by the autism card. And finally, when asked if he willingly pleaded guilty and was his own conscious choice, Chris hesitated for a good 5 seconds. Yes. Barbara Chandler and Christian Chandler were both found guilty of failed to stop at the scene of an accident, and Barbara was charged with assault on an officer. Barbara was sentenced with community service and 2 years of probation, and Chris was sentenced with community service, 1 year of probation, and must comply with all psychiatric treatment and evaluation. If he fails to do so, he faces jail time. Cyan provided his readers with his depiction of Chris in court. The next day, Chris went to Facebook to write that he knew that Cyan and Indigo were present in the courtroom, and that his lawyer, Rob Bell, confronted them. He then clarified that he did not call Snyder thieving and lying, but rather bribing and lying. As his frequent court appearances subsided, Christian showed no sign of stopping to express his hatred against the owner of the game place, or his burning desire to escape his current real-life situation. For him, the social media site Facebook offered an easy way to voice his innermost thoughts to his friends and foes, and continued to do so because despite what he had been told, he felt that his constant monologuing and reaching out to others offered him an avenue to some of his most sought-after things: love and validation.
Oh my god, his hair. He looks like... Oh my god, it's over already. His fucking hair right here. He looks like the guy with the little hand from Scary Movie 2. Like, that's what he reminds me of. Alright, guys, it's part 37. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. Good job, Gino. Thank you very much. Everybody else, I will see you in part 38. If I can make it to that. Oh my god. Okay, so I guess we're gonna dealing with the probation saga now, or the jail saga. I don't know. I'm very, very fucking thirsty. My throat feels very dry. I don't feel like I can talk properly. So I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching, and have a good night. Goodbye.